Hey YouTube, Rich from DailyJailbreaks here, and today we have a look at the new iOS 6 firmware for the iPhone 4. At 3, have it also on the iPad 3 as well. So it's got a lot of new enhancements or kind of features we're going to show you guys. The first one that I did notice is if you go to your mail and you pull down to refresh, there's a new refreshing kind of system, I guess. There's a little refresh button. If you pull it down, it strings this little bubble down, and once you pull it enough, it's going to pop and pull into the full circle, fresh little circle. So it's pretty cool, guys. So you can refresh your mail. It's a nice little feature. There's a lot of little features in iOS 6 that make it really great. So moving on, guys. The next one I saw was in notifications. If you pull down notifications on the top, there's a new tap to tweet and tap to post button. You can only see the tap to tweet one because it's the only. But on the iPad later, you will see the tap to post as well. New feature to integrate the new integration of Twitter and Facebook's really big in iOS 6 as well. Next is the Passbooks. We did have the Passbooks app on the beta version, but we weren't. Here you can actually open it and see you get boarding passes, tickets, credit store cards or gift cards, and also coupons. It's a really great app all around to use for if you're traveling or if you're buying gifts or anything. So it's a really great all around app. Other than that, guys, the only thing that on the iPhone I can show you is the lack of the default YouTube app. They actually have a new one in the App Store that came out a while ago. It is not out for iPad yet, but still, it's a lot better than the default one. They haven't updated the default one in so long. But this one's actually a lot better. It's got a lot of new features that I hope you guys are going to like the YouTube app, so you can hopefully watch our videos through your phone or iDevice or whatever, so you have a lot more ease with that. There's a lot more settings as well in iOS 6 so you guys can check out new Twitter and Facebook integrations as well. So definitely check out all those settings later, and you'll be good with that. Okay, guys, so we switched over to the iPad now, and first thing on the iPad is the notifications. You'll see the tap to tweet and the tap to post. So you have both of those right there, which I said you can see it later. I'll show you the tap to post right here for Facebook. It's really easy, simple. You just type your little message in, and you're good to go. So that's it for the Facebook and Twitter integration. Now onto the new clock app for the iPad, which is pretty interesting, guys. Here is your alarms, not too interesting. This is the more interesting part where you have all of your world clocks. You can have up to 12 world clocks, 6 on each slide. You might be able to add new pages, I'm not sure right now, but 12 is pretty sure enough for all of you. So if you do a lot of traveling, they will sometimes post like a little wave showing where it is nighttime, where it is daytime, and you also have the weathers and times of some of the major cities you have in your clock. The stopwatch got some new lights and stop and start buttons, as you guys can see right here. You have the red one and the blue one for the start, and the timer as well is basically the same start and stop button. New start and stop buttons. So those are the timer, guys, or the clock. The next new big thing is the 3D maps everyone's going crazy over on the iPad. So here we go. This is only for the iPad 3, guys. You don't need iPad 3 or 4S. You're going to need to be able to have these 3D maps, or the 5, obviously, which just came out. A lot of hype about that. So you can click the 3D on the bottom left and use your two fingers to kind of go into 3D mode. You will need certain places or cities that are going to have 3D options. Not every, and you can't use it everywhere, obviously. There's on the bottom you have options for standard, which is basically just going to be roads. So there'll be no pictures of buildings. You have the hybrid, which is going to still show the roads, but also the buildings and landmarks as well. Then lastly, you're going to have satellite, which is basically everything except for the road. It's going to take out the road names, but you're still going to be able to see the buildings in more in depth, I guess you guys can say. So this feature with 3D definitely something fun to look at. TomTom, which is basically what they're using for the new maps, is doing a lot better job than Google Maps used to do, especially with the 3D and satellite features as well. Now, a new thing that everyone's been waiting for the iPad 3 is Siri. So here's Siri, guys, right here. You can use it on the iPad 3. It was already on the iPhone 4S previously. So 4S, the iPad 3, and the iPhone 5 all have Siri. So you can use it now. It's got a lot of new features as well. You can do sports games. You can ask for the score of a sports game, who's pitching for baseball, obviously, restaurants, movies, all that stuff. And then the last thing we're going to look at is the kind of the layout or color scheme of a lot of the new applications. iTunes and the App Store specifically have more of a darker color scheme. As you guys can see, there's darker colors on the outside. We're not going to let it look fully, but more darker color schemes versus the light kind of silverish kind of space look they used to have in the old one. So it looks really nice, really sleek and professional with these new dark color schemes. So definitely a really nice feature. Great iOS, great new features, guys. So definitely hope you enjoyed the iOS. Peace out, and we'll see you later. If you did, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please sure to give it a like. We should have an iPhone 5 in-depth review coming soon, so I hope to see you guys then. We'll show out the new features and give a nice in-depth review so you guys can get a look at what the iPhone 5 is really going to be like. If you missed our last video on our favorite tweak of all time, you guys can go check that out. We did submit it to a Jailbreak Nation contest, so definitely check that out and give it some likes. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.